A new instance of alleged police harassment of lawyers. Mindanao-based lawyers groups have called for a probe on Surigao del Sur Provincial Director Dennis Ciruno for supposedly issuing a memorandum ordering a municipal police office to profile lawyers representing suspected rebels in court, including a member of the Public Attorney's Office. Joining us now to discuss this is Attorney Antonio Azarcon. He is the chairperson of the Union of People's Lawyers in Mindanao. Attorney Azarcon was also allegedly profiled by Eastern Mindanao Police. Attorney Azarcon, good afternoon to you and thank you for joining us today. Welcome to the program.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, likewise.
All right, so here's the latest. The latest on the profiling is that Colonel Dennis Ciruno, the one who ordered the profiling of those involved in CTG cases, he's saying that that memo was fake. So if that memo was fake, Attorney Azarcon, how would you then, or what would you call the visits of intelligence operatives to a family-owned resort, to your place of residence, to your office? What would you call that then if he's saying that the memo was fake?
Well, then possibly they prefer actual rather than memorandum. But that memorandum is very clear and loud, and we have a hard copy of that one.
Tell us about that. How did you come across that hard copy, and what was happening prior to your discovery that there was a memo issued by the director? Go ahead.
Well, first of all, we have already observed a lot of surveillance, particularly on my side, probably because I am the chairman of the UPLM, and the PAO lawyer assigned in Lianga got a copy which she has shown to us and asked for advice on what to do with this one now that she is online. Mm-hmm. So that's precisely why we have a very close relationship with the judiciary, the prosecutor, and the practicing lawyers. So it's a very small community, it's a small province, and we help each other, especially if we feel that there are some dangers in our profession.
How many CTG cases do you handle, Attorney Azarcon?
Right now, I have more than 50 cases. That's precisely why we are being helped by the Public Attorney's Office, because as of now, I am the only HR lawyer working in the province.
And this, the visits of intelligence operatives to places you frequent, when did this start to happen?
Well, actually, it's been happening years back. Because I have been an HR lawyer since 1977 when I became a lawyer. I'm a member of the flag. So I always get that. It's already very usual and normal for me. But this time, I feel that the frequency is too easy for comfort.
So it's been a normal occurrence throughout your life as a human rights defender. But was this the first time that you actually saw a memo ordering the profiling of lawyers involved in CTG cases, Attorney Azarcon?
Yes, that is right. In the province, yes. This is the first time that we have seen this, although we have heard similar incidents in other places, in other regions. But for the first time, we have here in Surigao del Sur.
And what does that tell you?
Well, they're really very serious. I believe that it is not because I am just handling, or the Public Attorney's Office are handling these cases. It is simply because we have a lot of dismissal, and this is probably what worried them or worried them. That of the filed trump-up cases, we were able to dismiss about 70% of these cases. And I think this is the one that worries them, and they start looking into us. So, and that's why we're worried about it.
So to you, what is the ultimate goal of the casing that's happening, of the profiling that's happening, of this memo that he claims is fake? If you're getting a lot of dismissals, then do you see this as their sort of way to get you even before you defend these cases, to sort of choke you at that point?
That's right. That's how I believe it. In fact, Pao now is thinking of not handling these cases anymore. But who will be handling these cases? There will be no cases that will be moving unless they are being represented by lawyers. Ours is a pro bono work. It's not an easy work, but nobody gets it. So how would these cases move up? So we have to handle this. And I was very thankful that the public attorney's office is likewise handling some of these cases. And in fact, now I am being saddled by the fact that I am an elected official of the provincial board. And some judges will not accept me as handling these cases because it will be of a conflict of interest because I am now also a government employee.
So with that happening, and with Pao, the development that you said with Pao, and also with this external event of the profiling and harassment, what's going to be the ultimate effect, not just on the defenders, but on those whom you defend, Attorney Acercon?
Well, that's our worry. Who will be handling their cases? As I said, as of now, I have only asked one new lawyer to help me out. And I guess he might be backing out. And there are no other lawyers who will be handling this because if I will not be handling them, because I am now a public servant, being a provincial board member, and nobody will handle them. And what happened to these cases? They've been filing cases left and right. And these are all trump-up cases. That's precisely why we got all this dismissal.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. What's the basis of the dismissals that you've been getting? Give us a range of the reasons cited by the court why these cases had to be dismissed. Go ahead, Attorney.
Well, actually, most of these cases got dismissed because I asked for re-investigation because they had no opportunity to submit their counter-affidavit because their addresses are definitely on the wrong place. They are not residences of those addresses that the military has been placing in their complaints. That's precisely why we get a lot of dismissal even at the stage of the preliminary investigation. And in court, normally we ask for the dismissal or quashal of the search warrants because definitely the evidences are planted evidences.
So now that you have the situation and the fear that no one is going to defend those who've been accused, what kind of future awaits them?
Well, that's still something that we are going to cross the bridge, as they say. I really do not know, but I am in conference with some lawyers outside our region to assist if ever I would not be able to handle these cases anymore.
Here's the thing, though. After he said that it was fake, Colonel Ciruno is now saying that he is going to investigate what happened there. To your mind, Attorney Acercon, if he does investigate, what do you think he's going to find? Go ahead.
That's absurd and it's funny as far as I'm concerned. Definitely, as I said, we will have our own investigation on this matter. And I would rather ask also Congress, who had similar request before to investigate red tagging and harassment among HR lawyers, defenders, and even paralegals. So we will be doing the same thing. And I know that the PNP officials of the province will not be investigating anything. So we will bring this matter to the higher ups.
Then what does this tell you, though, about the entire situation? I mean, obviously this just happened in Mindanao, but because you're a member of FLAG as well, you do know that other cases may be happening across the archipelago. What does that tell you? That there's harassment, there's profiling, there's casing that's happening. on human rights defenders, on those who choose to defend those who cannot defend themselves. What does that tell you, Attorney Azarcon?
As I said, I've been through this for the past probably 30 or 40 years of my life. And they know that they are not going anywhere. And this is precisely why we plead, to allow us to defend this. Anyway, if the evidence is very strong against them, then we cannot do otherwise. What we want is just plain and simple justice to everybody. Give them opportunity to face themselves and to defend themselves. And allow lawyers to do this for them because they cannot do it themselves. 90 to almost 99% are poor people in the provinces who get the blunt of this attack on their rights, on their liberty, and even their lives.
As a final question, Attorney Azarcon, you yourself said, I mean, it's 4 decades of defending, of being a human rights defender. One would think that after 4 decades, we'd see some improvement now. But as it is, why do you think that this kind of a situation still finds itself in what is supposed to be a democratic society?
Precisely. That's why I am really lost at this point in time in my life, and even my kids are telling me I have already done enough. But what can I do? I still see around. I am still a private practicing lawyer, and this is what I get, complaints in my office. So what I shall do? What would I do, rather? So I have no choice, Carmina, but, to accept these complaints and defend them in court. That's all that I do in my life. More than 50% of my cases are pro bono. And I do this because I really love to defend the poor. And no matter what, that's precisely why there's no retirement for an HR lawyer, as far as I am concerned.
And finally, you said you're going to bring this to the higher ups. What's the next step? I mean, after the supposed investigation of Colonel Ciruno as to that allegedly fake memo from your end, what's the next step here?
Well, first of all, I've already asked our IBP, Davao Surigao del Sur chapter, to call for a dialogue with the provincial officials, which I am also a member, the judiciary, the prosecutor, the PNP, so we can, trace this out and try to talk it out. Why do they have to go to this extent of profiling lawyers and even some harassment among lawyers? So, we're all working together. We are all working for peace and justice. If they are doing that, we are also doing it. So why profile? Why surveillance lawyers' actions? We are even asked to submit some informations to them. In some places, the PNP is asking a list of lawyers who are handling similar cases. So why do they have to do that?
All right, we're going to have to leave it at that. Attorney Antonio Azarcon, their chairperson of the Union of People's Lawyers in Mindanao. Thank you for joining us this noon. Take care.
Thank you.